If you feel like you're stuck in a rut and you don't know how to get out of it, this is the video for you. I recently had the same feeling as you. In fact, it lasted for 5 months, and if I didn't catch it sooner, it was probably gonna last for another year, 2 or maybe the rest of my life. But luckily, I finally skipped that feeling, or at least a little bit. So I wanna give you the tricks that I'm using. Before I get into that, I want to quickly explain that feeling of being in a rut. When you feel like you're in a rut, it's no matter what you do, you're not progressing toward the things you actually care about. You could be making money and still feel like you're in a rut, okay? It just feels like every day goes by, but you have no control over it. You can even go work out while you're in a rut, but it won't feel like you did anything positive. And I was really stuck in that. I've been working 2 jobs. They were becoming soulless to me. I just felt like a zombie, just doing the work. And the thing is, I was still working out, but my work had a heavy influence on my workout because I was eating worse, which made me sleep worse, which made it that I was getting worse workouts, which left me feeling unsatisfied, so I couldn't sleep again, which would lead to me getting worse workouts, and it just created a negative feedback loop. So here are the things that helped me get out of a rut. The first thing I did was to acknowledge what were the things that were taking away my energy. For me, I'm someone who loves to work out, and I've still been working out, so that was something that wasn't making sense to me. I was like, how come I'm still working out? I'm still in decent shape, though not the best shape I've been in, and yet I'm not really getting the same joy I used to get out of working out. What I had to realize is that the timing was so important. I love working out when the sun's still out. I like that when I get into the gym, the sun's up. When I leave the gym, the sun's still up. Okay, I like the energy, the sunlight that comes into it, and also like how the gym is not busy if you're going around those times. So from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., that's like perfect gym time to me. And yet with work, I'm always going later. Now, obviously you have the option of going before work or after, but I just didn't like either one of those. But if that can't be fixed, what was one thing that I was doing with that as well? Well, I was getting some sunlight when I would walk to the gym. Okay, I'm not getting that sunlight anymore, so that's gonna play a factor on me as well. I was reading in the morning, I'm not doing that anymore. Okay, that's another thing. I was making videos, okay, that's another thing. You need to acknowledge the things that were bringing you joy in your life that you're not doing anymore. That way, you can try to figure out how you can get those things back, which is obviously the second thing. Start doing those things again. You might not be able to go to control the time you go to the gym because maybe you work middle of the day. But if you can decide, okay, on my break, I'm gonna just stand outside and get some sunlight, get some air, that's gonna help you. Maybe read while you're out there, that's gonna help you. Okay, the small things you can control, make sure you do that. If you have a day off and you know you like to make videos, stop getting in your head about the quality of how you make those videos, just make the video. Number 3 is notice when you need a break. Listen, it's very important to put in the effort, put in the work. If you're trying to buy a house, you obviously gotta make money to buy a house. So if you gotta work so you can buy that house, or you can buy your dream car, work until you can do that. But if you need a break, take that break. There was 1 week in September I could have taken a week-long break and I didn't. Other than that time, I've been working from the moment I finished university. Literally, I finished university and then as I was working on my last assignments, I was starting a new job. And then I was working 2 jobs, 3 jobs at times. Like, even now, I continue to do like 2, 3 things at the same time. Sometimes you gotta tell all those places, hey, listen, I need like 4 days off, I need a week off. I get not everybody can afford that, but also just notice when you need a break from the gym, a mental break, a break from seeing people, whatever it is. The 5th thing is honestly talk to people about it. The thing that a lot of us do as a mistake is we keep everything to ourselves. It starts playing on our minds and then we just don't know what to do. It feels like so much, it feels like, am I the only person to go through this? But the thing is, you almost never are. I remember when I was in my first relationship, there was things that were bothering me that I didn't talk to my friends about because I thought this is just normal relationship things, I just haven't gone through it. But then once I broke up, and just honest conversations with my friends, they're like, no, that was messed up. Or other things was like, no, you were the wrong here. And other things where it was, I went through that too. And now it's like, damn, I thought I was the only person to go through this, but you aren't. Same thing with the feeling of a rut. You have people that you can talk to, so do it because they might give you some perspective of, hey, maybe if you change your hours at work, that will help you. Maybe if you do this, it will help you. They have other things to do that will help you. But honestly, my main advice to this whole video, and this is where I'm gonna leave it, is to get out of this feeling, you have to redo the things that you love. Because in this world, there's a bunch of things you got to do that you don't like. But if you never do the things that you love, you'll always be sad. You'll always feel like this feeling of a rut. A great quote I heard is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. So it's up to you if you want something to change at the end of the day. You will have this feeling until you do something about it. So if you want something to change, you gotta change something.